Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today let's make a nice big body pillow. And the body pillow, all we're going to need is a nice big piece of cotton, and we're going to make a cover to go with that body pillow, and we're going to use some beautiful cuddle fabric. And that cover is actually going to have a nice little hidden pocket on it. And we're going to need 4 pounds of polyfill. Now, body pillows come in a lot of different sizes. I'm going to do mine in 53 inches long and 19 inches wide. That gives a nice size to cuddle and to hold on to. So you're going to need 2 pieces of fabric, just a little bit bigger. I would recommend doing 53.5 inches by 19.5 inches. And then you're just going to be able to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. You're going to put, of course, your right sides together and sew all the way around, leaving an opening on one side. Then you're going to take that nice big cover and turn it out. And before you stuff it, I would definitely recommend to press it and take any of the wrinkles out, because you will not be able to press it once it's stuffed. If you've made it a different size, you're still going to be able to make your own cover that's going to be custom fit for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the cover with the pillow flat before you've stuffed it first. Then you're going to be able to stuff the form and then put the pillow inside. I'm going to use this beautiful cuddle fabric from Shannon Fabrics. What I like about it is 60 inches wide, so I only have to worry about the length. And what I'm going to need is about 40 inches. So I would recommend getting 1.25 yards. And because the fabric is 60 inches, we're going to be able to open it up. So we're going to match up the selvage edges. So we're going to have one long piece. So I have the selvages together on one side, the selvages on the other, all the way down at the other side. I have one fold, and this is the cut edge. So whatever your pillow size is, you need to add 1 inch on each side, and that is on both fabrics. So if you have a 19-inch pillow, you're actually adding 4 inches. When I lay the pillow on top of the cover, the back will match right where you're going to put the line of stitching. And then when you lay it out so that it's all flat, you need a little bit extra right here at the edge. And from here, this is where the pillow is going to be inserted. But this is also going to be where the pocket is. You're going to need to cut off one piece of that pillow cover. You have your inch on each side, and you have whatever you have left over on your fabric. And in this case, it's going to be just over 6 inches. The cover is folded in half. Here's the fold. And draw a line right to the end. That is going to be the cutting line for the top, but you also need a cutting line right along that fold. If you have all of your fabric matched up, you won't need to draw a line. You're just going to be able to cut it. So just hold the fabric, put your scissors in between the 2 layers of fabric, and just pull slightly with the scissors and cut. Put the scissors in again and just tug a little bit with the scissors. And what that's going to do is going to give you a nice straight cutting line right to that line that you drew. Now I'm going to be able to cut down on that line. You're only cutting the top portion of the fabric. You're not touching the bottom. And when this is removed, you will have one long piece on the bottom and a smaller piece up at the top. This is where the pocket is going to go, and this is what we're going to make the pocket out of. Take your fabric, fold it in half, right sides together, and stitch along one edge. Now you're able to put this on one side or the other. The edge that you have the seam is going inside, and the fold is going to go at the center. So you have the 2 short ends matching along the bottom, and the 2 long cut ends matching the side. And you can put it on either side. And with the raw edges matching, pin the pocket down. If you have a walking foot, this is the time to use it. And you need to stitch right from the top and go down following the seam and as close as you can to the edge and come back up. We are going to re-stitch this part of the pocket when the pillowcase is sewn together. And because the cuddle has a bit of a stretch to it, it is very much like a jersey. You can use a jersey needle and you can use a size 80-12. When I use a fabric that has a lot of different colors in it, it's important to have a thread that either A, shows up really well if you want, or to have it blend. Because I want it to blend, the majority of the color is this dark blue. So I am going to be using a dark blue all-purpose thread. The pocket is now on. We need to finish the edge here and finish this long edge here. And to finish it, it's going to be easy. You're going to take this and just roll it back and top stitch all the way down. For this edge, you're going to need to do a little snip over here in the corner. Just like you did before along the fold, just snip about 1/4 of an inch. And then you're going to be able to take this edge and fold it over and top stitch all the way down. The next is going to be sewing the seams together to finish the pillow. You're going to take the pocket and you're going to fold it right along this line of that edge of the pocket, but it's going to go underneath. Then you're going to take the top and place it on top. To sew the edge that is folded, you only need to sew this width, and you're going to be able to feel it right inside, and you can feel it right here. Pin the 3 layers together, and you're going to stitch 1/4 inch all the way down, going past that little end and coming right off the end. So you're going to have like a dart, and that's going to enclose that seam. The next row of stitching is going to stitch that row together. So you're going to pin all 3 layers together here where that pocket is, and the 2 layers all the way down. And you're going to be able to stitch right from the one edge over top of the pockets and stitch all the way down. And then you're going to be able to just come right off of the end, and that is going to completely enclose the pillow. So you've sewn one big L. You can now turn the pillow cover right side out. When it's turned right side out, you're going to have one side that looks proper, and then the other side's going to look as if it's incorrect. That is correct. And I'll show you, this will make a cover so that the pillow will not come out and it is totally covered. Before we go any further, we need to make sure that the body pillow is now stuffed and ready to go inside. I just want to show you, you can buy polyfill in a really big box, and this is actually 10 pounds. But I want to show you what happens when you open up the box. It's in a plastic bag, and it has sort of this big twist tie type thing on it. And when you undo the twist tie, well, when you open the bag, it grows and grows and keeps growing to the full 10 pounds. So even though the box doesn't look like it's going to hold 10 pounds, it does. And just to show you, I have stuffed this entire large pillow, and I still have an entire box full. Next, you need to hand stitch or machine stitch the pillow closed. Now we need to get this big pillow inside the pillowcase. Well, there is an easy way to do it. Take the pillowcase and turn it so that the right sides are inside. Put your hands in the pillow so that you're touching both of the ends of the pillow. With my hands in the pillowcase, I'm able to grab both ends of the pillow. And I'm going to grab one end and grab the other and just pull that pillow out. You'll be able to still hold on to one corner and then grab the other and just keep pulling that pillowcase over top of that nice big pillow. And before you go too far, just make sure that the bottoms are all straight to the way that you want it to be. And when you come to the end, you're going to have the one edge that was finished. Then you have that fold. You'll be able to take that fold and just turn it to the right side and poke out those corners. And when you've pulled that over to the right side, the pillow is inside. It's completely covered so you don't see the inside of that pillow, and you have a pocket. So now we have one great big soft cuddly body pillow, and that cuddle fabric is beautiful and cuddly. This would make a great gift for a teenager going off to school. That is, if you're willing to part with it. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.